Hey, Pest Geeks. I want to talk to you about FlowZone. Now, I've been using FlowZone sprayers probably for about a good 4 to 5 years now for all of our pest control, for lawn, shrubs, ornamentals, and perimeter treatments around the outside of properties. We own 4 FlowZones right now. We own them in all sizes. The only ones we do not own are the ones that are the variable speed. We own the dual speed. They have a high and low pressure setting. But I wanted you to check this out because they just came out with a variable speed. Now there's a Typhoon, Cyclone, and Strom. And like I said, we own all 3 of these. We own, I think now 5 total of these units. And they've been great. I love the fact of the pressure for what we do for lawn and ornamental. We do complete lawns with these backpack sprayers, and I started using backpack sprayers probably 10 years ago when they were manual, before they were battery. I bought one of the first ones that came out, which was the Strom backpack. It's almost identical to this one. There's very little. It's more closely related to the Storm. It was a dual speed, 4-gallon, 18-volt battery. Lasted me about 4 years without any problems. I actually damaged it myself when I removed the strap, one of the back padding, and I put the screws in the wrong place, and it actually pierced the plastic and caused it to leak because I put it in the wrong place. But I still own it. It took all the straps, used it, a lot of it for parts. Still have that in the warehouse. But this unit in particular is one of the ones I want to talk to you about mostly, is the variable speed unit. Why the variable speed? Well, the Typhoon, which is this one right here, it's a very, very powerful. It goes from 8 to 115 psi. The reason we use this one for shrubs is we need penetration into the landscape, into the shrub, and we need that volume and that penetration of liquid to cover all of the leaves. There's absolutely no need why you need 115 psi unless you're also doing tree service. We do tree service with them. It will spray some of these. I think this one will do almost 20-something feet in the air, where we can do entire trees sprayed, and we use it primarily with all of our natural products to do that. So we don't spray with neonics. We don't spray trees and shrubs with pyrethroids or neonicotinoids. We use 100% natural product for that service. For lawns and gardens, we use the other model, which is we use the dual speed right here. You're going to see it is the Cyclone dual speed. It's 4 gallons, but the PSI, as you can see, it goes from 45 to 60 PSI. You don't need a lot of pressure when you're doing lawns. We're doing lawns anywhere between a half a gallon up to a gallon per 1,000 square feet with these. So one of these, we're getting an average of about 6,000 square feet, depending on how fast the technician walks. You can do anywhere between 4,000 to 8,000 square feet. If you're doing weed control at low pressure, just weed control alone, you could probably get 12 to 16,000 square feet if you bring it down to a quart per 1,000 square feet for lawn spray. I tell you, we've got hundreds of thousands of gallons through these. We don't have any problems with them. Minor problems have been pressure switches on the pumps, the guns getting clogged because we use fungicides, we use insecticides, we use flowables in this. So you could get a clogging if it cakes up on you. So you have to get these cleaned if you're using them for lawn. Understand that lawn in general, household pests, is different because we're using so many flowable products that don't remain in suspension. So this is why a backpack is good, because we can do it pretty much empty out a backpack on an entire property in 10 to 15 minutes. So there really isn't time for this product to settle. But if you leave it overnight and you leave your backpack there overnight with a flowable product, it's going to settle to the bottom. You're going to have to turn it on in the morning, put it inside, agitate the product, and use it. If you have a little bit left over, you're going to have to get it cleaned out on a regular basis. It does have strainer. I've modified my tips. I don't like the tips on these units. and any of them, they all come with the same thing. They're basically using a spray gun for a pressure cleaner, spray gun with pressure cleaner tips, which have a very narrow angle. If you're doing spot treatment, if you're doing something that requires a narrow angle, but you get a lot of volume. So if you don't need the volume you're basically needing for pest control, you have to modify it. And I've done a video on this before where I've modified the tips, and I'll show you that video. Actually, I'm going to bring up that video here now, and there's a video that I did about the tips, and I can show you there all the tips that we can modify with this unit. So check out my video channel there. Check out that video. It tells you it's a step-by-step. It's attached to a blog. You can go to my blog there, and in the blog, I have all the links. I believe all the links are there too, if I'm not mistaken. If I put all the links in this one, let's see here. Nope, the links aren't there, but the site is. So you can check that out. But anyway, going back to here, the dual is just a high-low pressure. So you're probably going 45 to 60 pounds, where the neat thing about for the pest control industry, especially if you're not doing lawns and shrubs, you're doing it mainly for perimeter treatment, is what is known as the variable speed. Now, this is the 2.5 gallon, which I like for GHP, especially when you're using products like Fipronil, Termidor Taurus, where it has a low pressure requirement at 15 pounds of PSI on the label, so you can't apply them with high pressure. This one will comply because you can get it from 70 to 60 PSI right here. You can see it will do an output of 57 gallons total. So you can probably go, we've gone the entire week with this unit on one charge to do nothing but residential, doing maybe 6 to 8 a day on residential. And so it is low pressure variable. So you can get it. You can increase the pressure depending if you need it to go to a second story to spray. It will do a second story. I've done it with this one. It will do a second story with a stream. So that one is it. So then you've got, like I said, the Typhoon 2 will go from 8 to 115. It'll do 30 feet in the air on a stream. Takes about 3 hours. 76 gallons through this. And when you think about 76, that's about 76,000 square feet for us. So this thing can last easily 3 days before we charge it. And then you have the Cyclone variable, which goes from 8 to 60 PSI. Now, the only complaint I have about this unit, really, I wish they would make already a, for pest control people, multiple nozzles with different streams, but I'm going to show you a hack for that. My video shows you a hack for that. Biggest problem I have is the straps. The straps on the original units were terrible. They were just terrible. They modified them and made them better. However, they don't last very long. The straps will start to fall apart after about 6 months of use. The stitching just comes off. Terrible strap. Plus, they're very hard, very uncomfortable, especially right here in the blade. It will cut you if you use it long. We do it all day long like landscapers do, where they have, I mean, if they could get these straps to the quality of a steel or an Echo backpack. We own a 430. I actually own a 450. This thing weighs 75 pounds when it's fully weighed. If you use it for mosquito control, this thing is like 75 pounds. Those straps are comfortable. Those straps, I've only replaced them once in 7 years. Where I will have to replace a FlowZone about every 6 months to less than a year. We'll be replacing the straps. They're very uncomfortable. I don't know if they've got updated straps on these. The ones that had the straps before, like I said, they were just too hard. They fell apart. I would like to see new straps on this. I want to talk to FlowZone and see if they've upgraded their straps on this. But there's also, this is what I want to talk to you about, this little attachment tool right here. You can use it on all of them. What I recommend is you also get the filter. In my blog, on mine, I show you the filter. Let me see here. And then you have these little strainers right here that you can put for all of these nozzles. You modify. I made this one myself. from the products that I got them, hunted them, 2 suppliers, 3 suppliers, got the nozzles and this piece right here from one supplier, and then I got this one from Northern Tool and Equipment, and this is just one I had laying around from a boom sprayer that I had that I made. But like I said, this one right here they already have it pre-made, $8 a piece. You can modify them for spraying with using the night nozzles. Also, if you're gonna put them like in a pickup truck, or you're gonna put them in the back of a trailer somewhere, having a place to dock these is very important, so you don't put them just on the floor. There's 2 of them on the market available, the Extreme from Extreme Pro Landscape. I like this one better. They're $99, made of steel, powder coated. This is actually a Strom backpack. As you can see, they're identical to the FlowZone, except the straps are horrible on these Stroms. But I had one of these original Stroms, lasted me just as long, didn't have any trouble with it. We probably put about 1 million gallons through that thing because we used it for systemic shrub treatment, where we use thousands of gallons of this to do these treatments, and we have a formulation to do shrub treatment. So guys, I have great things. Like I said, the only complaint I have about this unit really is the straps. They really need to bring it up to a Steel or an Echo quality, where these guys, landscapers wear backpacks like I used to when I was doing landscape for 6 hours a day doing weed control, and if we're not doing weed control, we're using a backpack blower for blowing weeds, for blowing the leaves, so we're having constant to strap a backpack on for something, and we used to use manual backpacks back then. So like I said, it's a great product. FlowZone makes a great product. It is the preferred right now among pest control people, and lawn care people should try this. It really is a great product. But again, I really wish that they would make those straps better. Hey, this is Frank the Pest Geek wishing you a pestacular day.